Hello guys, Termex here, and welcome back to another New World video. In today's video, I want to talk about the decline of New World. I do want to premise that I have been posting New World for quite a while now. I want to say almost half a year. I've been posting the game pretty much since it came out. And with the new update that just came out yesterday, which was the Mutator Dungeon Orbs, that allowed players to do mutated dungeons and gave us the opportunity to buy Lazarus Genesis Orbs from our little faction representative. This update has really kind of put me in a weird place with this game, and talking about content in New World, I'm kind of in a weird loop in this game when it comes to wait for content, do the content, wait for content, pray for content. And I'm sitting here wondering if anyone else feels the same way, because I'm playing this game, I'm having fun sometimes with PvP, but most of the PvP is just the bigger companies doing war and kind of like them doing everything in the server. And when it comes to the PvE side of endgame content, I feel like there's just nothing, dude. Content wise, we have 3 endgame quote unquote dungeons. I've done all these dungeons. They're nothing like the new update's just modifiers. You know, you're doing the same exact dungeon, but this time thrust damage is 10% less effective. Fire damage does 5% more damage. You take blah 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 more damage from blah blah blah. In my personal opinion, I feel like that is not content. That is trying to make artificial content out of content you already produced. I could probably speak for everybody. I would much prefer 2 more expeditions that were completely different, completely new bosses, completely new loot pools, other than these half-ass mutator orbs. And I look at the Steam charts for New World every day, and New World is only on Steam, so it's like the most accurate way to represent the New World player base. And the player base has been declining ever since launch. We've had a few spikes up when the Void Gauntlet came out, because arguably that was a great update. It fixed a lot of things. It added Void Gauntlet, it fixed a lot of game-breaking bugs, it added a new playstyle, new armor perks, new weapon perks to grind for. But what does the player do when he obtains this level of power? In every game in the world, there is a power cap. If it's Destiny with light level, if it's this game with gear score, or if it's Minecraft with full enchanted netherite armor. Every game is destined to have a power cap, and every game has a point where the player says, what do I do now? And New World's biggest dilemma is, what does the player do now? Most of the players are getting their trade skills up, of course, getting that max level. But if they already have the best stuff in the game, what does that player do? And Amazon is saying that player should do the same expeditions that were already in the game, but with a little few changes to them to get loot that is a little bit better. I'm going to do the content. I mean, quote unquote content. I'm still going to play the game and see what I could do. I'm going to try to get my gear score and all my gear score items up to 620. Because I imagine if I don't, I'm not going to be able to compete in Outpost Rush. I'm not going to be able to be in Wars, because that's just kind of how it is. I look at the player base on Steam, and we look at the most recent update with this Expedition Tuning Orbs, and you can see New World has this weird little pace, right? You have players up during the day and then down at night. Up during the day and down at night. That's not because people are going to bed and getting right back on the next day. That is people just doing their daily crafts, their daily challenges, and then getting offline. That's what I would want to say 80, confidently 80% of the player base is currently doing on a day-to-day basis. Logging on, do your daily crafts, do anything that's daily required for gypsum and gear score, do your gypsum, and log off. That's what most people are doing. Sure, you have that 20% of people that are still grinding for Lasbo, which I want to do. And you have all these people that are grinding for the best in slot things, but that's your 20%. From an MMO standpoint, New World is not a grindy game in any standpoints. And I have not played any other MMOs, but coming from times and topics I've watched on other MMOs where it takes literal years to get certain things, that is just uncomparable to the grind that New World provides. The New World grind isn't really a grind. It's more or less a progression type system, and inevitably everybody's going to have everything max in due time. It's not hard to get trade skills max anymore. It's not hard to farm things. Maybe it's hard to farm trophy match just because the loot pool is so sporadic that New World wants you to not have it instantly, and that's New World's game design. That's not anything that the player can change, especially with luck being as buggy as it is. But the decline of New World didn't really start in this update. I think the decline of this game kind of started towards after the Void Gauntlet update. I feel like the Void Gauntlet update was the prime of New World. New weapon came out, everybody was excited, and then the leaks came out for the new expeditions and the new areas. And granted, I'm excited for those things. I want those new expeditions. I want to explore new areas within New World, but it just doesn't seem plausible right now. It seems New World's focus is on other things, which is inherently respectable because they want to put out the content at the pace they want to put it out. But from a player standpoint, it sucks because we're sitting here, what are we grinding for? The next piece of content to come out? Because if this game is just a constant grind chase and then hopefully waiting for the day they finally decide to put out content, that's just a bad model in my opinion. Because I'm sure not everybody wants to still play this game 8 hours a day, farm the best gear, and then what are you going to do? You have all the best gear in the game, you're going to do the same old wars over and over, the same old outpost rush over and over, and the same 3 endgame dungeons over and over. That's all you have to do in this game, and it's kind of sad. A game that's an MMO, the point of an MMO is to have endless things to do. You want to go build a boat and sail, you want to go farm fish, you want to go mine rare rocks, you want to go kill a boss, but that just seems inherently impossible with this game because you can't farm nodes because half the nodes are just camped by real people or bots. You can't go do expeditions over and over again because most of the people that are doing the expeditions already have the things that they need. So what's the point of the expeditions other than maybe the timeless that drop? But everybody has so much gold with the inflation that you could just buy the timeless in the first place. And I just don't know. I'm looking for... There's going to be people in the comments that say you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what content is and all that stuff, and talking about all the above. But at the end of the day, no one could argue the fact that New World is lacking content for an MMO. 3 expeditions, and this game's been out quite a while now with nothing new other than these mutator orbs, is pretty sad. From this game, I completely expected content on content on content. Even maybe arena PvPs, like 3v3 arenas that are more competitive, where players can put up wagers to, let's say 3 guys put up 500 gold each and the other team puts up 500 gold each, and you guys have a full out death match in a little arena and the winner takes it all. You know what I mean? Things like that, with just little things, little simple things to implement in this game would make it so much more lively and enjoyable. We have so many good ideas as a community, but Amazon Games doesn't seem to be taking many of them for face value. They prefer running the Dynasty expedition on stream because that is immensely more important than taking in ideas for features that the players want. And that's exactly what the problem is here. Nothing that Amazon is adding is what the players want. We wanted endgame as players to do endgame content, and they just slapped random modifiers on content that we've already been doing for months. Every time I load this game up after a big update, I just expect to be ready to go on my grind again, do something fun, farm something exciting, experience something new for once in this game, but it's just not there. It's the same thing with some... It's just, like I said before, the arenas would be amazing, brand new expeditions, maybe even... I don't know, some sort of ocean expansion, make oceans cooler, send people on treasure hunts to different islands in the ocean, make cool little expeditions but in the ocean, set sail, get boats, craft boats, farm boats. I don't know. Something for us to do that's new. I'm hoping Brimstone comes out soon because honestly, if it doesn't, I don't know where this game's going to go. We have about 20% of the player base sitting here still doing these expedition orbs, and granted, New World is still top 10 on Steam with its player count. It is far from a dead game, but it's still a dying game because every month is less and less people. And I would like to say part of New World's player base success is going to be bots. I know, unfortunately, that sucks to hear, but servers have so many bots that it's ridiculous. People are farming these bots, promoting these coins, selling it off to other people for real life money, farming resources, camping resources, just to make real money. New World has spoken about the bots issue, and I hope they could figure it out pretty soon, because the bot issue is a pretty big problem as well. It ruins outpost rush matches, it ruins the economy, and it ruins the general player experience. Not saying that bots are the only problem, because I don't know what went through Amazon's head to have, I think it's 80 to 100 orichalcum nodes to a server, but the server population cap is 2,500. I cannot wrap my head around that. You know, it makes zero sense. Sure, orichalcum is meant to be a rare resource to obtain, not an impossible resource to obtain, and I think that's where the disconnect is. I do want to make content for this game. I do want to provide builds and tips and anything that comes to the dexterity mindset of players, but to me, it's just really hard to put out content that I'm excited about when I know you guys are going to learn from said content, but what are you guys going to do with this information? You're just going to do the same 3 dungeons and expeditions over and over. And I'm going to try my best to continue posting content for this game. I do want to still be dexterity based around the mindset of dexterity players and all the above. But I don't want to post content if I'm not enjoying the game. And I think that's the most important thing to take out of this video. I will not sit here and pretend to like the game when I do not like the current states of the game just for views and the number of people that want to click on the shiny thumbnail of what I'm doing. I try my best to put out my 2 cents in terms of features, in terms of content that I'd love to see. Hopefully Brimstone comes sooner than we think and brings back players that left before. I heard there's some mounts in the game files and stuff like that. So yeah, that is just my thoughts on the game right now. My personal reasoning on why New World has just been declining. It's been a constant cycle. It's been, we play the game, we grind out something new, we enjoy the content, we get bored of the content, new update comes out with a little bit of content, and then a bunch of bugs to match. They spend the time fixing the bugs, and by the time they fix the bugs, we lose a bunch of players. And it's just been a constant cycle. And it's even more proof with this update that it's still happening. And I don't think it will ever change. Maybe it will. Maybe the bug fixes will magically poof. I will give them credit. They did fix a lot of bugs the day right after this issue. So I'm happy for that. Maybe they are getting more on top of the bug fixes and putting more priority towards that. They even stated that 1 month is going to be dedicated to purely bug fixes, which is inherently great. But inherently, that also means no content for the next month. So I'll keep you guys updated. I am going to be posting New World when I can. I do have some ideas on what I want to post, but I'd like to get your guys' feedback. What do you guys think is the decline of New World for you personally? Why do you not like New World? What kind of killed the game for you in your eyes? What do you think New World's biggest downfall is or was if you don't play anymore? And let me know in the comments down below. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure you guys leave a like on it, as it helps me out a lot and spreads my content more out to the New World community. Make sure you guys subscribe so you never miss out on another video from me. You guys have a terrific day, and I'll see you guys later.